Hello dear students, welcome to the second class of revision. Today we will continue with your students' books, page 8. First, we will repeat future forms and their usages. We have three future tenses: present continuous, be going to structure, and will. You use the present continuous for future arrangements, and then you often mention time, date, or place. Be going to structure is used for future intentions or predictions based on an evidence. And construction will is used for spontaneous decisions, for predictions, and we often use it with expressions like I think, I'll probably, don't worry, I'll, and so on. Now we'll do exercise 6, listening, and exercise 9 is for your homework to complete the sentences with one of the future forms I have already talked about. Okay, exercise 9 for homework. Now let's do together exercise 6. You have here a conversation and to choose between future tenses.
CD1, track 7.
Hi, Luke. What time is it?
2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to buy the cinema tickets online. Are you sure you're coming?
Yeah. What time?
It starts at 7:30, but I'm going to get there early. We want good seats, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to get a lift with my mum. Do you want us to pick you up?
Please?
Okay. We'll pick you up at 6:45, okay?
Great. I'll buy the popcorn.
Okay. Now let's go to the next page. First, we will do matching exercise. Your task is to match words and phrases to make some collocations concerning technology, and after that we will repeat the first and the second condition. Okay, let's start. The first one is done for you. Download music, log on to Facebook, you print documents, chat online, follow somebody on Twitter, switch on your desktop computer, the opposite is switch off, click on an app, type in your password, visit a website, you visit websites, and change your profile photo. I hope that you are familiar with these collocations. Now let's repeat conditionals. First conditional is used to talk about the future result of an action. It is formed like this: if clause and main clause. Present simple tense is used in if clause, in the main clause future will. Second conditional is used to talk about some situations that are likely present or future result of an imaginary situation. It's formed like this: you put past simple tense in if clause and would plus infinitive structure in the main clause. Exercise number 3. It's very easy. it's for your homework. It's concerning first conditional and exercise number 8 we will do here. It's again listening exercise and it's about second conditional.
CD1, track 9.
Do you fancy doing a questionnaire about technology, Jake?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Question 1. What would you buy if you had €500 to spend on technology?
I love listening to music really loud. So if I had €500 to spend, I'd buy new speakers.
I don't suppose your parents would be very happy about that. If I had €500, I definitely wouldn't buy speakers. I'd buy a laptop so I didn't have to borrow my mum's. Could you live without your laptop?
Yes. If I had to live without one of my devices, I'd probably give up my laptop. I could do everything on my phone.
It's okay for you. I've only got one device, my phone. So if I had to give up my phone, I wouldn't be able to go online or text or anything.
Oh dear. So what would you do if you were with a friend and she texted someone else the whole time?
If there were only 2 of us, I'd be really annoyed. I think it's rude.
Really? Well, I wouldn't care if my friend texted someone else the whole time. I'd do the same.
Well, please don't do it when you're with me. Anyway, next question. If you had a blog, what would you blog about?
If I had a blog, I'd blog about food. What about you?
I don't have time to blog, but if I had time, I'd blog about music.
Oh yes, you'd be good at that. And the last question. If you could time travel, what time would you travel to?
I think I'd go to 1970 if I could. I really like the music of that time.
Oh, if I could time travel, I'd go to the future, to the year 3000.
The year 3000? There may not be a world then.
Okay, now let's move on. Let's go to the next page. Here we have modal verbs for obligation and permission. Let's see what modal verbs are mentioned here. You have modal verbs must, need to, have to, can, and be allowed to. They are used to talk about obligation and permission, as I have already said. When we talk about necessity, we use have to, or need to, or must. When we talk about the absence of necessity, we talk about don't have to or don't need to. When we talk about permission, we can use can or be allowed to, and when we talk about prohibition, we use can't, mustn't, be not allowed to. Now we'll listen to the short description of 2 types of teacher, strict teacher and relaxed teacher. That's exercise 6. And you'll complete these gaps, okay?
CD1, track 10. The strict teacher. She stands at the front of the class and you have to listen to her. When she asks a question, you're not allowed to call out the answer. You have to put your hand in the air. You mustn't talk in class and you have to do your homework on time, no excuses. The relaxed teacher. The opposite of the strict teacher. You are allowed to call out answers and sometimes you can call him by his first name. You have to do your homework, but you don't need to do it exactly on time. But there are rules. You can't use your phone in class, and when you talk to your classmates, it has to be about the subject of the lesson.
Okay. Let's move on to the last page for today. Here we will repeat relative pronouns and do exercise 5. We have relative pronouns who or that for people, which or that for things, and where to refer to places. Exercise 5 at the top of the page. You have 2 sentences and your task is to join them into one using relative pronouns given in the parentheses. Let's start with sentence number 2. My father drives a car. The car belongs to his company. My father drives a car that belongs to his company. There is a college in my city. You can do business studies there. There is a college in my city where you can do business studies. I have got a sister. She works in a shop. I have got a sister that works in a shop. One day I'd like to get a job. The job includes foreign travel. One day I'd like to get a job which includes foreign travel. I've got a part-time job. I don't enjoy it. I have got a part-time job that I don't enjoy. That's it for today. These grammar structures we will practice on our online classes. Goodbye.